There are roads in America where the darkness feels heavier, where headlights flicker without warning, and where something unseen seems to watch from the trees. These aren't just stretches of forgotten asphalt. They're cursed veins of terror, soaked in blood, whispers, and disappearances. Locals speak in hushed tones about what lurks there after midnight, from ghostly hitchhikers to vengeful spirits screaming through the fog. Welcome to Clinton Road, a lonely stretch of asphalt in West Milford, New Jersey, where legends are born in whispers, and where darkness is not just the absence of light, but a presence all its own. Tonight, we dare to journey down the 3 most terrifying roads in America, ... If you have the courage to follow, the deeper you go, the more you feel like you're being watched. Locals will warn you. Don't drive it after midnight. Don't stop. Don't look back. Clinton Road, New Jersey. The curse in the trees. The trees press in like silent witnesses. The air is unnaturally still, and even your headlights seem to be swallowed by the blackness ahead. Clinton Road is only 10 miles long, but it feels endless, especially at night. The ghost boy at the bridge, it appears out of nowhere, its engine roaring like thunder. The headlights flare unnaturally bright, blinding. It tailgates you, honking and flashing, forcing you to speed up. But no matter how fast you go, you can't shake it. Perhaps the most famous legend of Clinton Road begins at a small, nondescript bridge. They call it Ghost Boy Bridge. Ever is how the story goes. Years ago, a young boy drowned beneath that very bridge, his life snatched away by the icy current. Charred ground, animal bones, strange markings carved into tree trunks, markings that don't match any known language. Some say he slipped trying to retrieve a coin. Others claim he was pushed. Now, if you go there at night and toss a coin into the water, the boy will return it. Not metaphorically, literally. You toss in a dime, and minutes later, you'll hear a soft splash. Only 3 of the 4 returned. The 4th was found the next morning, wandering the road barefoot and in shock, his face scratched and hands trembling. He refused to speak, but clawed the word eyes into his own arm, again and again before being sedated. A figure, pale, unmoving, eyes too large. It doesn't run. She smiled and said, "You can't help me." No one can. Then she vanished. It doesn't scream, it simply watches. Until you look away, and then it's gone. Then, somehow, inexplicably, the coin will be back on the bridge. Cold, wet, they drive straight, but after 10 minutes, realize they're back at the same spot. Same fallen tree, same dead deer, same flickering light in the forest. Cold winds when the air was still, and on one occasion, they found a fresh animal, sacrificed blood still wet, organs still warm. His eyes weren't angry. She whispered, just sad. An hour behind, his phone had no missed calls, and his hands were stained with dried mud. He didn't remember stopping, as if a tiny, unseen hand placed it there. One witness, a local named Kara, swore she saw a small child crouching by the guardrail after she made the coin offering, only to vanish when she turned her flashlight on him. Strange noises echo in places they shouldn't. Some report growling in the bushes, or whispers in the trees. And if a coin finds its way back into your queue folder, you were not alone. If you turn off your car engine, sometimes you'll hear footsteps approaching. Slow, deliberate, crunching on leaves. But when you turn on the lights, the phantom truck. Clinton Road doesn't just attract ghosts, it seems to breed malevolence. Multiple drivers have reported being followed by a monstrous, black pickup truck. Then, without warning, it vanishes. Not turns off, not brakes, just go. One man claimed he turned into a dirt road to let the truck pass, only to watch it drive straight through the forest without leaving a trace in the mud or breaking a single branch. The strangest part? There are no tire tracks. The ritual site in the woods? Venture deeper into the woods, near Clinton Road, and you might stumble upon the ruins of what looks like an old stone circle. Paranormal investigators who've explored the area have reported chanting. Though no one else was around, a group of teenagers once dared each other to spend the night there. To this day, no one knows what he saw. The forest that watches. Some say Clinton Road is alive. That the forest isn't just home to ghosts and demons, it's aware. Or worse, sometimes, something is there. One police officer reported seeing a girl in a white dress walking along the road. At 2 a.m., he stopped to ask if she needed help. His dashcam footage, it cut out just as she appeared. The road that changes. Some travelers claim the road loops on itself unnaturally. GPS fails here. Phones die without warning. It's as if the road doesn't want you to leave. One trucker reported being on Clinton Road for 45 minutes. Even though it should have taken only 10, when he finally his clock was wrong. He never drove that route again. So, if you ever find yourself on Clinton Road at night, think carefully before pulling over. Keep your windows rolled up. Shades of Death Road, New Jersey, where the trees remember. There's a name that doesn't whisper, it doesn't warn, it dares. Shades of Death Road is its name, and those who drive it at night say the very air feels thicker, heavier, like it remembers every scream it's ever swallowed. Tucked away in rural Warren County, New Jersey, this winding Forest-flanked road stretches along the edge of Jenny Jump State Forest. It looks almost peaceful by day. Almost, but when dusk bleeds through the trees, the name starts to make sense. Some whisper about bandits in the 1850s, known for robbing travelers and leaving their bodies to rot in the underbrush. Others say it earned the title during a devastating malaria outbreak, where hundreds of settlers died choking on their own breath as the swamps turned to sickness. This road isn't just haunted, it's infected, where death got its name, and it doesn't let it rest. If you stop to help, there's no one there, just a faint handprint on the inside of the fogged-up window, the dying lake. But your tires feel slick when you pull away. And if you check your bumper sometimes, it's stained red, and sometimes it's not paint. The woman in white, nobody knows for certain where the name came from. Some even claim they've heard voices soft, pleading, and just beneath the edge of comprehension. The bark is charred, though there's no record of a fire. In the middle of the night, they woke to a loud splash. The moon revealed something, crawling from the water. Not a person, not an animal, something tall and jointless, skin bloated and blue, with arms that dragged. As she sat waiting for help, she looked up and saw bare feet swinging just inches from her windshield. When she scrambled outside to look again, but a single rope burn was later found across her car's hood. Some taunt the spirits, play music loud, mock the myths. When they blinked, it was gone, but their campsite was soaked, and their tent was slashed. And then there's the coin trick, a strange phenomenon where coins left on the dashboard will go missing, only to appear under your pillow at night. Many drivers claim to see her. A woman in a flowing white dress, walking slowly along the side of the road. When your headlights seem dimmer than they should, and when the fog rolls in without warning, remember where you are? Her face is not just pale, it's rotted, gray, and hollow, eyes black as voids. When paramedics arrived, the girl was clawing at the seatbelt, screaming, "She's still here. She's still here." The branches, they say, remember every broken neck. The air gets heavy, radios go static. Some feel hands wrap lightly around their necks, cold and firm. Just a warning, or a memory being and then she screams in unearthly sound that crackles through your speakers, even if your radio is off. Either way, this road has known too much death. Some nights, people report seeing shapes in the mist, figures hunched over the roadside, dragging something heavy. If you drive past it without stopping, you'll be fine. There's a curve in the road flanked by dead trees that never regrow. She never looks up, never waves, but if you slow down, if you're foolish enough to call out to her, she raises her head. One teenage couple said she appeared inside their car. Between them, in the rearview mirror, they crashed. There was no sign of anyone else. Off the side of Shades of Death Road lies a strange, stagnant body of water locals call Ghost Lake. The surface is always smooth, like glass, too smooth. Even on windy nights, there are no ripples, no frogs, no fish. No birds ever land near it. Visitors have reported seeing faces beneath the surface, pale and featureless, as if pressing up from below. A pair of hikers once camped by its shore. They ran and never returned. The hanging trees? Not far from the lake, you'll find twisted, gnarled trees that lean unnaturally over the road. These are the hanging trees. Legend says this was where townsfolk once took vigilante justice into their own hands, hanging suspected criminals and anyone accused of witchcraft. People driving past often report a sudden cold drop as if they'd entered a freezer. One woman recounted that her car stalled beneath the largest tree. She sold the car the next day. The road that bites back Shades of Death doesn't like to be disrespected. Many thrill seekers come, drawn by the name, hoping for a scare. They often don't leave the same. Some say you'll feel followed after you leave, like something from the road clings to you. Dreams become violent. Mirrors reflect rooms that aren't yours, and that's when you hear it. Someone whispering from the closet, "You shouldn't have come." So when the trees lean just a little too far into the road, you're on Shades of Death Road. And some things here don't like to be disturbed. Route 666, the Devil's Highway. They tried to change its name. They thought calling it Route 491 would erase the fear, silence the screams, and banish the nightmares. But those who have driven it at night know evil doesn't care about signs. To this day, Route 666 stretching across desolate lands in New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah remains one of the most terrifying stretches of road in America. It's not just haunted, it's cursed. Nicknamed the Devil's Highway, it's a lonely place. Endless desert, flickering heat waves, barren hills like ancient bones breaking through the earth, and a silence so complete, it feels like the world forgot to breathe. But when the sun dips low and night claims the asphalt, something else stirs. Something old. And watching, the phantom truck from hell. Maybe you're tired, maybe the road has blurred into a black ribbon under your headlights. Then, you feel IT vibration, a low, growing rumble. And in your mirror, a pair of blood-red headlights, miles too bright, barreling toward you like a meteor on fire. This is the most infamous tale along Route 6066. You're driving, late at night, alone, It doesn't pass, it doesn't slow. Witnesses report a massive black semi-truck covered in scorch marks. Its horn, a blaring howl that rattles bones. It roars behind you, engine growling like an animal, trying to force you off the road. Some say they've seen the driver, others say there is no driver at all. When he honked, the man stood up, revealing skin stretched unnaturally thin, like leather pulled over the wrong shape. As the truck passed, it smiled with teeth too many, too sharp. And when you finally swerve aside or speed into the night, it vanishes. No turn, no brake lights, no tire marks, just silence. And the faint smell of burned rubber and sulfur. One man claimed he struck a figure that leaped into the road. He stopped heart racing, hands shaking, but there was no body. She raises one pale arm, asking for help. Every instinct tells you to stop. Just deep claw marks on the hood of his car, and footsteps. Bare, human, leading off into the desert. Not until you're miles down the road, when she finally lifts her head and you see that her eyes are missing. Just hollow, weeping She whispers, "You're going the wrong way." Then she vanishes from the seat beside you. In the morning, their mirrors fog over and the words come back appear, as if written by a fingertip from beyond. Indigenous legends warn of skinwalkers, shape-shifting witches cursed to walk the land in stolen skin. They are fast, cunning, and hateful of the living. The skinwalkers of the desert. This land was once sacred. And then these travelers along Route 666 have reported strange animals following them, coyotes that walk to upright. Deer with eyes too human. Another witness at trucker saw a naked man crouching in the middle of the road. The trucker never drove that route again. He said it took days before he stopped hearing scratching under his trailer at night. The vanishing hitchhiker. Their last GPS ping was along Route 6066, then nothing. No phone calls, no credit cards. Some say if you stop and put your ear to the pavement, you'll hear breathing. No sightings, just an abandoned vehicle and the driver's seat. Warren they drive a stretch that should take 20 minutes, but suddenly they look at the clock. 2 hours have passed. If your radio cuts to static and you glimpse headlights behind you that weren't there a moment ago, do not stop. One woman called 911 from her cell phone screaming, "I lost time." They took time. She was found unharmed, but her fingernails were packed with red desert soil. They don't remember stopping. They don't remember anything at all. Some believe the Devil's Highway doesn't lead anywhere but brings something with it. It's always a woman. She appears on the side of the road, wearing a long white gown. Her hair covers her face, and if you do, she gets in. Silent, cold. She won't speak. Some drivers don't make it after that. They turn off the road, disappear. Others crash, claiming something took hold of the wheel. Those who survive are marked. They find small, wet footprints in their car. The missing time phenomenon, perhaps the most unsettling aspect of Route 666, is what doesn't happen, at least not in this world. Many travelers report missing time. Some wake up on the side of the road, car in park, headlights off. There were no footprints around the car, but every single clock inside, including her watch, was cracked down the center. The road that hunts you, locals say Route 666 is alive. Not in a poetic way, literally, as in the road hunts. It feeds on fear. It waits for people who are desperate, broken, or alone. There are stories of travelers who never reach their destination. Desert wind carries strange sounds, hear whispers, prayers in reverse, or screams that echo without end. One that doesn't match your own. So if you ever find yourself on that long, empty stretch under a blood-orange sky, do not speak to the woman by the cactus. Do not look at the animal pacing your car. And whatever you do, do not blink. Because on Route 666, something is always watching.